What's the 441 Martians? Peace, love, and all that goodness. Hit the thumbs up. How y'all living? We got Saturn on the docket. We talking about Saturn. We talking about restrictions. We're talking about karmic debt. We're looking at, excuse my voice, y'all. My voice is gone. But we're looking at the grandfather clock. We're looking at things will happen in due time. We're looking at hard work. We're looking at dedicated, day in, day out discipline. We're looking at all of these different aspects of awareness to harness and to learn the lessons that Saturn may be here to give you. Now, Saturn is typically a bit hard on the punishment, and it's usually not a punishment, it's usually just a lesson, and it feels like a punishment because we're not seeming to get through to what is supposed to, happen. So if you find Saturn in your chart, that area of life will give you an indication as to which area of life you have karmic debt to pay. That's the best way I can put it. So you want to check where Saturn is in your chart. You want to also check your 10th house. Look at your 4th house and see what's going on as well. And it won't hurt to see what your 11th house got going on as well. You feel me? Where is Capricorn at as well in your chart? All of these different things give a finesse and give a signature to this Saturnian lesson that you're here to provide for rites of ascension. Because Saturn is most certainly a gatekeeper. You're not getting past the gates without satisfying Saturn's necessity and need for ascension. So Saturn rotates about 28 to 31 years. It takes a 31-year track for Saturn to rotate and get back to its original place of origin when you started the clock. So when you were born, about 28 to 31 years old, you're looking at your ability to grow through all of the lessons that Saturn is here to offer. So if you're thinking about Saturn and the way it builds over 30-year span, the lessons can be very subtle. And then when you get to a place where you're not maintaining your discipline, you're not keeping your word, you're not putting hard work and effort and dedication into those areas of life, you're going to see a kickback and you're going to see certain things slow up and you're going to see restrictions in your life so that you can find a new way of operation. Saturn is the one that will put you on timeout so that you can think about things. Saturn really likes to do work, but they do not like to do wrong work. So before you do wrong work, Saturn will just sit you down and you will have nothing else to do for a few more hours, a few more days, a few more months, years, however long it takes. But Saturn, it drives the bus. It's that big bus driver that's on time and he ain't taking no stuff, no mess. Get on the bus, get in the back, and shut up. When you need to get off the bus and shut down. So he's very mindful that people and other things are dependent upon him, and to get to that bus stop on time can mean a lot to the person who is waiting on the bus ride. So if you're not ready and you're late to the bus stop, he will keep it moving. and he will come back around later on to see if you're there again on time and ready to go. Bags packed, not too many bags, because that's going to slow you up. The right amount of tools to get the job done is how Saturn operates. So you're going to have your book bag, you're going to have your canister of water, and you're ready to take a trip across the desert. So that camel's going to come around, check you out, see if he's ready to go. If you jump up on that camel and his back braces and his knees buckle, he's going to be like, hold up, I can't take you. You know what I mean? So just putting Saturn in the place of your third house, you'll find restrictions in the areas of communications, the areas of networking, the areas of friendships, and maybe even siblings, because this is the space that the third house represents in the astrological wheel. So you have 12 spaces of the wheel. If you don't know where Saturn is, send me your birthday, your time of birth, and your place of birth, and I'll tell you what your Saturn represents to you in your chart. Because if you have Saturn in the first house, it's a bit different than the third house. Saturn in the first house can mean that your self-awareness, there's a restriction on your ability to become aware. So your inhibitors may allow you to bump your head a lot more times so that you can recognize how to toughen up, because the first house builds your Martian ability to do things. So Saturn most certainly likes to be in the first house because it likes to do things, but it's going to tune you up real good because it does not like to do things over and over and over. Where's Capricorn and where's Aquarius in your chart? Those things also weigh in on this Saturnian ability. So you want to check in to see where Capricorn may be. It may be in a totally different house than your Saturn. So your Saturn may be in the first house, but your Capricorn is now in the 7th house. So it's opposing and it's in Libra. So your relationships may be a bit more challenging, restricting. It may take you a longer time to find that special one. Blase blah, all those different things. So that's Saturn in your natal chart, y'all. Peace, love, and all that goodness.